Does anything seem strange to you? What was that shape on the side of the screen? Was it a human form? Does it seem like anything's wrong right now? Are you sensing bad vibes? I'm about to ask my guest the same question. My head itches, I'm balding, I have next to no money, these sleeves are short, and I don't want to get into it. Listen, there's a whole spiel here. It's called a show document that I'm supposed to get through. I'd rather talk about what's happening in Gaza. Tonight on the Sam Hyde Show, we're getting the scoop on Gaza. Did you know it's all related to the Strait of Hormuz?
I didn't.
I heard once that goes down, it's over.
That's good.
Do you know what the fuck that means?
I don't.
It means I watched an episode of a show. Thank you, citizen. Thank you, controller. That's my controller. That's my CIA handler. Tonight we're getting the scoop on lead. Is it bad? You know what? Actually, save that bad intro, play it after the good intro, and we'll mix it up on people. We'll let them do a little time traveling. They can edit this in their minds. They can rearrange it in their minds. One question is, and it's an actual one, why am I smelling soap right now? And that's free for anybody to answer why I smell poor people detergent soap. And that's free, that's a freebie. Anybody can answer that.
It could be the barrels.
What's in the barrels, Eric?
Alcohol?
Alcohol.
Are you not kidding about smelling soap?
Well, first of all, I'm wondering if the guest brought 4, I'm not mad, by the way, I'm shocked is what that is.
There's more over there, too.
So the guest on the show brought 6 industrial barrels, and they're full of liquid.
They're empty.
They're empty.
One has like a little bit in it.
There's splash.
So that's one thing that's confusing me. The thing that's making me mad is that I smell soap, because I'm not a poor Dominican who shops at the dollar store and goes, oh, this good, and then tries to mask the scent of their shitty home. Do we have like Dawn detergent somewhere? Moving on. Time for the good intro. And you can mix this up in the edit, guys. It's your play. It's free play. You're not really, the only way that you ever are winning in life is if you are playing. That's how you know your vocation. It's like you'll never work a day in your life if you just play. When I wake up in the morning, I say to myself, it's time to play. When I go to bed, I say, I can't wait to wake up and play tomorrow. All right, good intro.
Recovered from a voicemail left at the exact wrong time. Enhanced by software that insists it is not sentient. This is the Sam Hyde Show. Tonight, we examine the quiet war between people who clap when planes land and those who take notes, uncover the fitness program based entirely on regret, and speak with a man who has been banned from several conversations. And now, your host, legally distinct from 3 other men named Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde. The Sam Hyde Show.
It's a vocal exercise, Chris. What's wrong with you? Why are you looking at me like that? All right. Now, I heard a labored sigh of exasperation. That must mean our guest is tired of standing there. Eric, please come on over. Eric, everything led. How you doing?
Good.
I wanted to start by apologizing. Do you sense anything's wrong right now? Do you sense bad vibes?
I'm a little confused, but...
Eric, I'm broke. Okay?
Is that why it's so dark in here?
No, that's more for the lighting, so that these lights can have more of an impact. Let's talk about big lead. What's the deal with this stuff? Why is it in everything? Is it a conspiracy? Are you paid off by anti-lead consortiums?
A lot of questions to unpack there, Sam.
Is this a conspiracy?
Is what a conspiracy?
The lead.
The situation is that lead is an incredibly useful metal. It is toxic, and businesses have been incredibly reckless with its industrial applications for hundreds of years.
Let me process that, and I know you're anxious to tell me about it. It's useful.
It can be made into a variety of compounds. It can be used in paint. It can be used as an anti-knock agent in gasoline. It can be used in batteries.
Aren't those all uses that are no longer...
Look at this pipe.
That's a good-looking pipe.
You want to touch it?
I don't want to get my hands dirty.
It's just lead.
Well, you're telling me that this stuff's toxic.
I'm not going to lick my fingers.
Well, I do lick my fingers. What do I do if I touch the pipe and then I lick my fingers?
Well, you'll get exposed to a little lead, but
Now I'm starting to worry. Am I in danger?
not relatively speaking. I mean, everybody's
Relative to what?
relative to the other people who've been exposed to hundreds and hundreds of times more than you.
Does that make me feel better? This is lead.
There's lead on the plate, yeah.
I'm just touching it because that's my instinct. When was the last time we saw a professional talk show where the table was wackadoo like this?
I haven't.
I remember
personally.
the episode. It was Jay Leno was talking and his table was going, he was jacking his table up. I remember that. A cheese, just a wedge.
Newspaper.
Newspaper would do it.
Lead pipe. Oh, lead pipe.
A lead test, maybe?
Our guest tonight is an independent researcher and commentator who runs the platform Eric Everything Lead. He's built a following online for his belief that a surprising number of modern problems, social, behavioral, even cultural, can be traced back to lead exposure and its long-term effects. Is that accurate to say?
So, I mean, I've been making lead tests since 2019. The first one I made was like basically the same chemicals was in the 3M lead check product.
We will talk about the product, but first off, I just want to know the social, behavioral, and even cultural issues.
Yeah.
There's like Megan Thee Stallion getting shot in the foot.
Right.
Is this traceable back to lead or not? Am I going too far with this intro?
I don't even think that's close to far enough. She was shot with lead literally, but the precursor to that was a lot of leadception over time, especially in certain neighborhoods.
Leadception, he said?
I just made that up, but I do think it's a valid term.
Damn.
Intriguing.
Good guest alert. It's a perspective he's been developing and talking about consistently. Don't sell your product yet. And it's gotten a lot of attention for how far he's willing to take that idea. Eric, glad to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Kickoff question, option 1. How does someone end up becoming a lead awareness guy? Was there a specific moment or case that pulled you into this world? Option 2, lead paint was banned in the 70s. Lead gas was phased out. Most people think this problem's solved. What do you wish everyone understood? Answer whichever one of those is more interesting to you, but know that we cannot circle back and answer the other one.
I got into this because I was already selling reagents. They were to test for drugs, though, not lead. And then I was told I couldn't sell those anymore. So I found that I could make a lead test that was 10 times cheaper than the people selling it. 3M obviously doesn't give a crap if they're helping people avoid lead poisoning. And most of the people who bought my test already had a child that was poisoned by lead.
Take the test for a second, please.
So when...
Continue.
So when the people wound up having the opportunity to use this new test because it existed, I figured that I should do something to promote it, because why the hell would you test with your kid when you could test with a kit? It's insane, and that's the norm.
Test with your kit when you can test with a kit?
No, test with your kid.
Test with your kid?
Yeah, that's like the most popular lead test in America, is your child.
Let the kid eat the...
And then they get tested at the doctor's office. And then you find out that you have lead in your house. That's
Damn.
literally the most common way people find out. It's idiotic.
Damn.
Everybody accepts this too. It's like so wild.
I'm sympathetic to what you're saying. Is there a way we could frame this so that your journey doesn't start with you having something to sell?
Well, I mean, economics is both the reason that lead exists in everyone's life and why I'm doing it, but I can change the...
My head is blocking his light. Is that a problem?
I can just get taller.
We could just have him in shade the whole time. We'll be right back when we fix that light. Want an ad? Feel free to vomit, Eric.
That would be
Nicotine usually means smoke, icky, vapor. Ooh, how's the popcorn lung? Or a pouch full of mystery ingredients. We don't like that. No. Knick-Knack is the cleaner alternative. A fully dissolvable nicotine lozenge. Not a pouch, it's a lozenge, baby. Each Knick-Knack contains just 6 premium ingredients, listed clearly on the back for you to read and peruse, with real essential oils for real flavor. They got that good oil. There's no smoke, no pouch, no plastic, and no waste. Knick-Knacks come in 3 and 6 milligram strengths and 9 flavors. If you can't find a flavor of Knick-Knack that gets you going smick-smack, you got a nasty, dirty-ass tongue. So they're discreet and easy to use wherever you are. You could use them at a wedding or a funeral. Nobody's gonna know that you have a nicotine lozenge soaking up in your tongue, examining a lemon flavor. And you could be packing with lemon. They ain't gonna know shit. You can be sucking a lemon. Knick-Knack is the cleaner alternative, a fully dissolvable nicotine lozenge, a little lip brick, if you will, made in the USA by a family-owned company. These are USA made. Ooh. Ah. Go to knickknack.com/Sam Hyde and use code SAM for 20% off, or use the store locator to find knickknacks near you if you're an IRL guy, if you want to go cop in person, not from a robot. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical! Knick-Knack.
And we fixed the light. Did you enjoy that ad break? Oh, there wasn't one. I'm so sorry. Let me fix that for you. If you're a homeowner, you've probably thought, should I refinance to pay off this credit card debt? Then you second guess yourself because of that low mortgage rate you currently have. Familiar story? I don't own a home, but I do have credit card debt. But I don't know how much of it I have because I haven't been making payments. I wouldn't even know where to make payments because I don't check my mail. Listen, that low rate, it's not saving you if you're drowning in credit card interest at 25% or more, okay? I factored it in, I did the math, it's not working. That's the math no one wants to face, but it's costing you thousands. Here's the truth. If you're only making minimum payments, that debt will follow you for years. That's why people are calling American financing, because they're saving customers an average of $800 a month, dollars, US, by using their equity to finally break free from credit card debt. You owe it to your family to see what's possible. No upfront fees, no pressure. It costs you nothing to find out what you could save every month, and if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. Call American Financing. 866-890-9313. That's 866-890-9313 or AmericanFinancing.net/Hyde. And we're back from the ad break, guys. You brought barrels.
Yeah, that's a barrel of methylamine. You know what's so funny is I got a license from the DEA to use methylamine to like do whatever with it. Not whatever, but like manufacture shit with it.
Can we have those barrels? Is that for us?
If you want.
I'm just kidding.
Can we have them?
Yeah. I don't want them.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
They're waste for me.
Do they smell?
I got something that smells though. You know what I was doing before
What
this?
smells? Let me see this. What do you have here?
This smells.
What is this, fart spray?
Smell it.
Is it fart spray?
This is what I was making before I made the lead test. I was making shitloads of these. This is the best one too.
What did you make? Smelling salt?
Yo! Oh!
What is that?
It's smelling salts, but it looks crazy inside. It's like red gelatin.
It looks like a T-virus vial.
Yo!
This guy's real.
Fuck!
Is that the smell?
Yeah, that's like
Let's see
the
what
best.
this is. Oh my
Whoa.
god.
Ammonium
Whoa.
hydroxide.
Red jelly. Is this safe to smell?
Just
Yeah.
do it.
I just smelled the cap. Whoa. Damn. Cap, cover this shit up.
The FDA told me that I couldn't do this. They said, you're selling a drug. And I was like, am I
Do what? Make smelling salts?
Yeah, because I was selling 9,000 of them a month before I got into this lead thing. So I'm like, this is going to be great.
Do you make money
Doing that, yeah.
doing that?
Yeah.
You can't do it anymore.
No.
Do you make money with this?
Yeah.
A lot?
Sometimes.
How much?
I made at least $1 million
What, in a year or how long?
in a year, yeah. I can't believe this went the way of the Matan interview.
This is not the Matan interview. I'm not trying to punk you. I'm just being charming and funny.
The table was destroyed.
The table sucks dick.
You were the only person that like overcame that
Matan?
concept.
There's a theory that lead poisoning contributed to the fall of Rome. How seriously should we take that?
We are in an even worse position than Rome because the children weren't massively
Black
poisoned.
people.
Black people have been massively poisoned by lead. That's a fact. And poor people too. But the thing is that the Romans, the children weren't extremely poisoned. It was the adults. And like lead has negative cognitive effects in adults for sure, but they're more pronounced when children are poisoned.
The children in Rome were not poisoned. What's up with that?
Well, they didn't have a lot of lead in their paint. which is the primary reason children get poisoned. There was a lot of paint in Rome.
Sorry, there was a lot of paint in Rome,
No,
or
there wasn't. They
Okay.
didn't have like lead-based paint like in all the housing.
Did they have 1970s muscle cars?
No, they also didn't have lead and gas, which made it go right into the air. But they did have leaded pipes. However, the extent to which you get lead poisoning from a pipe depends on the water quality, and their water likely wasn't acidic. It was mostly in the wine. You know, the Romans...
They were getting it in the wine.
They love to put the wine into a lead bottle, and when wine spoils, it turns into acetic acid. And when acetic acid contacts lead, it becomes lead acetate, which is sweet. So you can take your like shitty spoiled wine and like get it to become sweet again, but it's a highly toxic circumstance, and they would obviously love to drink wine. So, but Rome was already like a really giant, like a hegemonic power structure in the region. It kind of was collapsing under its own weight anyway. You know, to the degree that like demented rulers accelerated that, and how much lead influenced that. You know, I'm not really here to say, but it definitely didn't help. I'll give it that.
Do people have to worry, actually? Do I have to worry? I don't care about these people. Do I have to worry?
Probably not. I mean, it's like if you haven't.
That's our show, guys.
Yeah,
We'll see you next
I'm done.
time.
I'm retiring.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you, like, let's say you have a house that's built in 1940 and then you renovate it without testing for lead, you might contaminate your entire house with a ton of lead-based paint dust. That might harm your health. If you have kids, that's going to be potentially catastrophic for them. Should you be panicking about nanograms of lead in your salt? Obviously not. You know, like, if you're going to eat that piece of paper, you got to weigh the paper to know how much lead you're getting.
Is there lead in this paper?
There's got to be some. There's literally lead in everything. You can't escape like trace amounts of lead. And we've gotten much better at detecting really small amounts, but that doesn't necessarily mean that every amount of lead will cause you health problems, even though there's no scientifically established safe level of lead. People love to harp on that and use it as an excuse to like fearmonger and like promote themselves.
What does lead actually do to a brain? Like if someone's been exposed, what's happening in there? And there's a question mark and an exclamation point.
That's a great question because it's an exciting and horrifying event. Lead mimics calcium, and calcium is essential for neurons to know when to fire. They essentially modulate something called a calcium-gated ion channel, controls the sensitivity of the nerve to transmit the signal to the next nerve. When lead gets involved, it makes it so the nerves are more likely to fire, so there's more activity. But what lead also does simultaneously is it interferes with the calcium, where the calcium goes in the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. At the same time that there's more neuron activity, there's more energy demand, and the energy production is messed up. So there's more reactive oxygen species, causing oxidative stress and neuron death. You can also get ADHD from not focusing. So if everything's left on, you can't like learn as well.
What happened in Flint, Michigan?
They changed the water supply to an acidic water supply. Ooh. And then all the pipes, you know, this lead pipe.
The acid takes the lead and it goes into the water supply.
Exactly.
Is what happens chemically speaking.
Inside the pipe is going to get some scale. It's going to get a buildup. But if there's acid in there, it's going to wear away, and then you're going to get this lead into your water. I don't know why I'm touching this, but
Well, why does it look like it looks like a candy or something?
yeah, it's soft.
Is it soft?
Yeah, it's super soft. It's crazy. This is how easy it is. Like, this is why lead is so.
Oh, wow.
It's like insanely soft.
Wow.
Lead is so easy to work with. It's got low melting point. It's super soft.
It's like a dream material for a
It's a dream
craftsman.
material, yeah. And especially if you own a lead mine, you're in a dreamland. It's the craziest trip ever because you just have unlimited money under your feet. So much that you can just buy everything.
Are they still making money with lead?
Yeah.
Are you going to invest in lead?
It's too late to invest in lead. Lead was all the lead mines were acquired by like the biggest lead mine around the 30s. And even in the 1880s, it was already in today's money, $5 billion company that then bought all the other companies. So it was a huge like cartel, vertically integrated, and they had killer advertising. They had extreme reach into the government for lobbying, insane. There's this guy, Robert Kehoe, and he said, hey, it's called the Kehoe rule. If you can't prove that it's toxic right now, we can't regulate against it. We have to wait until there's proof. And like the burden of proof for scientists to say something's toxic is pretty high.
Do you think that guy's in hell right now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, that was a bad. It depends on what he believes, I guess.
Well, you can go into hell, depends on what you believe.
Apparently.
And what do you think happened to Kehoe? Let's give me some scenarios.
I'm not familiar with his situation. So
You're saying if he's a Buddhist, he's somewhere else?
he would probably be in hell.
He's probably in hell then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He made a bad choice. He was born in the wrong place, so he got screwed.
Okay.
You see this chart?
Wow.
2 bumps, right?
Crazy. Well,
The bump on the left is the amount of lead in the air, and the bump on the right is aggravated assault rates. And you see how there's like a delay on the bottom. That's the time. All the people who were super poisoned in 1970, in the 90s, they were like, I'm about to assault someone. And there's other reasons for that too. You know, like crack and.
did you fact check this graph here?
Yeah, apparently also it's a true fact that every serial killer, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, Night Stalker, they're all born in that uprising of the lead. And they all committed their crime to the delay that it would take for them to mature into an adult.
Is that true that lead makes you violent?
Oh, yeah.
Heat hypothesis. Higher temperatures correlate with increased violent crime, more road rage, irritability, and impulsivity. In MLB baseball, pitchers were significantly more likely to hit batters with pitches on hot days. True or false? Valentine, fact check it with your mind.
I was still thinking about the lead pipes and why they don't just reduce the acidity of the water if the acidic water is causing.
They do that to the best of their abilities. They do that. They positively influence the aspects of the water to the best of their abilities, unless it's Flint, Michigan, in the case that they obviously didn't care enough to do that. And that's why that was such like a big deal. Flint, Michigan was fine forever until they like screwed up with the water and they stopped treating the water properly.
Damn.
But so the idea is just to get like, why use like a lead pipe? Because if eventually they stop doing that or something goes wrong with the water, now you got a problem.
Flint was fucking like 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hot there. So it was
What was hot there?
Like the temperature. So they were hitting each other with baseballs all the time.
Oh, yeah. But it was mad long ago and they haven't fixed it yet.
I don't know. They probably have fixed it to some degree.
I don't think they did.
They just forgot about it and
I
moved
think they
on?
just didn't fix it. They were bringing in semi-trucks filled with like hotel complimentary water
How
bottle
pathetic
size.
is that?
That's really funny, man.
I remember it was flammable when they turned the sink on. They could light the whole water on fire. It was shocking.
Total fucking nightmare. Partly fixed. What's not fixed?
Oh my God.
What a fucking nightmare.
That's pretty good. 97 to 98% of the lead pipes are replaced. But this isn't even like close to the actual issue, which is that they banned lead paint in 1978. And then they redefined it in 1989. And then in 1992, they did something called Title X, which started spending federal dollars to abate lead in federally funded housing. So the federal government built all this low-income housing, but they put lead-based paint in there. And children were getting extremely sick, and they realized, like, we're gonna get, like, sued for this. And, like, we're, like, fomenting, like, very unfortunate situations. So then they started, like, you know, spending money on it. But the rollout of it has taken so long, and there's so many moving parts, and so much of it is lead poisoned. They had like a backlog of spending hundreds of millions of dollars until last year. For like 5 years, they weren't spending the money. It's free money for the state governments and the local governments, but like they just couldn't get it together to even execute. And mind-blowing to me. And I just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, hey guys, what's up? Like, we're about to solve this problem.
What's your role in this?
My role is that I make this test kit.
But they don't talk to you.
They hate me. I'm actually banned from this upcoming conference.
They know who you are? What's the conference?
The conference is like Lead and Healthy Housing Conference.
You're banned from it?
Yeah, because I had this dispute with this guy, and then I saw him walking with the competition, and I took videos of him, and I posted it to Instagram and like made fun of him, and they said it was violent, but it wasn't violent.
Guys, the Sam Hyde Show will continue after this short break. More with Eric when we return. Make sure you watch the whole thing. Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled returns? Maybe you filed every year and still keep owing and owing and owing! Maybe retirement brought an unexpected tax bill. Your business books are a mess, or an early 401k or IRA withdrawal. Now that does sound right up your alley. You would be withdrawing early from your 401k. However the problem started, the result is the same. The balance isn't going down. Penalties grow, interest compounds, and another tax year can add even more with no plan in place. Stop what you're doing and call Tax Network USA, the best of the best. The IRS isn't waiting. Collections can include wage garnishments, bank levies, property seizures, and even a return filed for you without your consent. Its team specializes in tax controversies and helps taxpayers nationwide resolve back taxes and unfiled returns. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, the Tax Network USA team has resolved more than $1 billion in tax debt. They can help you too, but you got to call. Hey yo, you got to call. Call them, the best of the best. Tax Network USA is offering a free investigation call with the IRS. They're gonna call the IRS. After the investigation, the team develops a clear case plan to address your tax problem and help you get back on track. This is about using your legal rights to take control before the government sets the terms for you. Don't wait for another IRS letter or frozen bank account. No, 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 no. Call the best of the best. Tax Network USA. 888-539-5041. That's 888-539-5041. Or visit tnusa.com/Hyde. And we're back with lead lover, Eric Everything Lead. Can I call you Eric Every?
If you want.
With lead poisoning, why are we worried if the damage isn't permanent?
Oh, well, the damage is permanent.
I was just fine with you. Here's where it gets interesting, Eric. Due to lead's density and unique atomic structure, lead can actually block electromagnetic frequencies from 4G and 5G towers, meaning lead acts as a protective shield to the human body. Comment?
It's one of the 7 metals, so it would have that property.
Lead is directly linked to Saturn's energy, which is the planet of protection against unwanted energies and frequencies, meaning lead doesn't just act as a Faraday cage against electromagnetic frequencies, but also unwanted energies from the surroundings, which may negatively influence an individual.
So I can't speak to the negative energies aspect, but I can speak to the Faraday thing. You know, a Faraday cage is like, if you wrap your phone in tinfoil, like no signals will get out. But that's because the aluminum foil is conductive. A Faraday cage needs to conduct, resonance or whatever you want to call it, the EMF.
Mm-hmm.
Lead paint is not conductive. It's lead carbonate. It's like a white, powdery material. It's not a Faraday cage. And the amount of lead on the wall is negligible for shielding you from anything. It's like, a few milligrams per square centimeter. But, if you ingest a few micrograms of lead, that's going to cause a problem. And there's 1,000 micrograms per milligram. So like your wall has an insane amount of potential to expose you. And these people are obviously disconnected from reality to some degree.
The pipes that we're talking about, are these still in homes?
Many homes, yeah. The Biden administration authorized $20 billion to get rid of the pipes.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's taking forever, and, it's not going as well as you would imagine in a perfect world, so.
Damn.
Yeah, no, this is a chart of how many people are exposed to lead water above 10 parts per billion, which I know that is a random number, and parts per billion is 1 microgram per liter. So if you have 10 micrograms per liter.
You can say red bad. This has lead on it.
Yeah.
You can't use this.
I mean, you can, but you get exposed to lead.
This is not good.
No, it's not good.
You should not be eating off of this.
Our kids all got lead poisoning from the dishes.
This is not good.
Let me show you. You just blur this out.
Now tell me more about this blurred black shape on screen right now.
Yeah, why is it so blurry and mosaicked?
I can't tell.
So what?
Wow.
That's fun.
Very
Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
So this is obviously indicating that this is toxic and you don't want to eat off of it.
Okay. Bleep what I'm about to say, but this.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And look, this comes in the kit too.
It's too bad that nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about because you didn't.
Change Valentine's ooh wow into a yawn.
You don't want them to read my mouth either, so you gotta bleep their mouth. It's exciting. The other kind of testings are so boring. And this is there's thousands of uses per bottle. Because it's a bottle, so you can just put more uses. You don't need more swabs.
Yeah, I'm amazed with the
Sounds
product
inconvenient.
you made. What?
Unless we're paid.
Let's open up the phone lines to our viewers and see what's on their minds, what's ailing them, and what we can do about it.
Secrets of the Millionaire Mindset presents Get Rich Quick. All this could be yours. Give us a call on 434 888-222-55726. You could be making up to $4,917 per week. Now you can get your copy of Secrets of the Millionaire Mindset for just $19.99 for a limited time only.
Hey Sam, nothing is necessarily wrong with me yet, but there's a lot wrong with a lot of people that live near me. I live near an atomic plant here in the United States. It's pretty bad what happens to a lot of people that are around here.
Hit pause. You can just skip that and you can just leave. You're going to have to leave where you're at. You have to leave. File that under Goyim.
We could do that.
Okay.
If you're in an airplane, you definitely need to jump out of the airplane too.
What do you have there? 2 science rays?
Yeah, 2 X-ray
Well,
guns.
show off your science rays. Let's see what you got.
All right, well, we'll do.
You tell the atomic plant caller, yeah, stay there. Yeah, fuck that guy. What
If you
else
fly
got here?
from New York to California, you get 4 chest X-rays.
4
chest X-rays.
You can opt out of those.
Okay, I tried that by taking lead on the airplane with me and making a hat out of it.
What the
to
hell?
see if I could protect my brain from the space, X-rays, and it didn't work at all. My Geiger counter was going crazy, and I had
I've
to turn it
tuned
off.
out because I can't. It's like I think there's a joke being crafted, and it doesn't strike me as
That's not a joke.
usable.
So these are X-ray guns. They shoot X-rays out, and then they read the X-rays coming back, and the X-rays bounce off of the
see.
elements.
Do not point
Don't
that
drop
at me.
it.
Don't shoot us.
Guess how much that costs?
What is this? 16,000?
No,
Is it less or more?
more. It's triple that.
Really
A little bit more than that, yeah. It's insane, right?
interesting.
And these companies are all owned by private equity. They're not really serving the people.
Well, boo hoo. Why don't you start your own company if it's that? If it's that,
trying to. Well, no. So you need that. So we're both going to X-ray our kneecaps, and we're going to
I'm
find
not
out.
pointing this at my body, and do not point that at my body. I will freak out.
Okay.
What do you want to do with it that doesn't involve X-raying me?
I mean, we can X-ray this thing or something. I don't know. This is gonna be pretty boring, but like, you go like this, it shoots some X-rays, and now you can see. It's telling
Wasn't
you.
boring. That was fascinating. What the fuck is on this now?
It's telling you the elemental composition.
It failed the test. It's
Yeah.
almost entirely made of lead. Now, what do you have this for? Like, why are we interested in these?
Well, I figured we could both, X-ray our kneecaps.
I'll watch you X-ray your kneecap.
Why the kneecap
Okay.
specifically?
Is it going to look weird?
No, it's gonna be like this. For some reason, they always use the patella as a. I don't have any lead because I didn't have lead poisoning.
Yeah. Well, you passed the test.
Yes, yippee.
Where do I see the picture? I want to see what it did. Does it show anything?
No. You need to when you take an X-ray, you need to have something on the other side. This
So
is
this just tells you if there's lead in it.
yeah. You can scan the
So why point it at your knee?
because I might have lead in my knee.
You got to set this up a little bit better because the viewers are going to think you're insane.
I thought we would both be X-raying our own knees.
So first of all,
I can't point this at you.
absolutely not. I will fucking freak out.
Sam, what if he pointed at your new shoes? Maybe they have lead in them.
I don't think you'd like that either.
Valentine, it's not helpful right now.
I'm sorry.
This is to test if there's lead in your body.
It's not primarily for that. I'm using it off-label for that. You probably shouldn't do that.
Okay.
That's why you would have to administer the X-rays to your own knee.
But you brought it so that we could do a demonstration of testing how much lead is in our bodies
For fun, yeah.
for fun. Okay. Do people ever fail this test?
Older people. So they actually showed that 20% of dementia cases are due to lead. And the way they determined, like, if you're at risk is how much lead is in your patella. And that's the bone on your kneecap.
Interesting.
And so 95% of all the lead you ingest gets stored in your bones because it exchanges for calcium. You have so much surface area of calcium bone in your body. It just goes there. And that's not the worst place for it. It's like kind of like a closet.
Pile that shit in the closet.
But if you have too much stuff, it starts to spill back out. And if your closet starts to break down like your bones in old age, you will get repoisoned.
A possible cause of dementia is the bones breaking down, releasing lead.
Actually, no. It wasn't associated with the blood lead level. It was associated with lifetime exposure because these people had childhood lead poisoning. So they already had brain damage at 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old.
Damn.
And so it doesn't go away. And like we all have gotten burned by this 1,000 times more than a person 1,000 years ago because they've burned so much lead. It's catastrophic. And
But
so
what does this have to do with being old and the onset of dementia and the patella?
well, like imagine you have a brain and it's got damage to it. And now you got some plaques forming and you have some dementia happening, but you already have pre-existing brain damage for your whole life. I guess you'll be more susceptible to the symptoms.
Does it mess up the neurons in your brain?
The electrochemical function in the brain is ion exchange, and so calcium is the metal that's being used oftentimes, and lead interferes with that and just overactivates the neurons, and then it also interferes with the electron transport chain, making more reactive oxygen species. I couldn't think of a joke there, but...
Is there a way to explain that without sounding less suspicious?
Yeah. The best way to overcome that is actually to put on a tinfoil hat, and you can avoid the space electricity.
That's a joke.
That's the joke.
I don't know if that helps.
Okay. It's terrible. It's a really bad thing. It's insane.
Are you an EMF guy? Do you care about EMF readings? Is that a thing?
I don't care about EMFs unless they're really high energy.
What's really high energy?
X-rays or ultraviolet rays.
Have you looked into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not ionizing.
Okay.
And so I'm not really concerned about
Do you wear AirPods?
Yeah, or, I don't use AirPods, but wireless headphones.
You don't care about the potentially deleterious effects of...
You can't use deleterious twice in one show, Valentine.
Did I use it before?
No, but somebody else did, so we can't be the deleterious show.
Yeah, you were
Cross
turned
it
on
off
to
on the
it.
board.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about the damaging effects of EMFs from that kind of thing.
Do you have lead, like, girls hit you up on Instagram, like, groupies or anything?
Yeah, concerned about their kids.
Oh.
Concerned.
And then where do you take it from there?
Yeah, where do you
I
steer him?
tell them what to do.
So, yeah, he commands them
You do this. Yeah, no, it's like a...
in a dominant tone.
Totally. I tell them, like, I don't know. I tell them what's going on because a lot of them are freaked out.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of unlearning
So
that
you
has to
comfort
happen.
them in their time of need.
Because they say, I've been watching Lead Safe Mom and I'm freaked out.
Ever since my husband divorced me and left, don't know what to do with all this lead in my house.
That's happened sometimes. It's a really...
Has it?
No, I'm serious. Yeah, it's insane.
Wow.
Imagine you and your wife have 3 kids. You pay $35,000
And then
to
she's
renovate...
talking to some guy on Instagram?
Listen.
I'm listening.
You pay $35,000 to renovate your house.
Yeah.
It gets halfway done. Then the government shows up and tells you your kid has lead poisoning and you have to stop renovating.
Yo, that shit sucks.
And now it's going to cost you $80,000 to even have a livable house.
That fucking sucks, bro.
And the kids are like, have lead poisoning. You look it up and it says that they're going to have increased aggression, decreased IQ, increased ADHD.
They're going to be MMA fighters.
They're on their way, but they're also going to have slower reflexes. So they're not going to be good MMA fighters. They're going to be like those MMA fighters that get in the ring and they're like, you tell the one guy's just not it. He's not fighting for some reason. He's just getting beat to shit.
Got lead poisoning, probably.
Lead poisoning.
Damn.
Low pain tolerance.
And then, they fight and
or
they
high
break
pain
up.
tolerance.
It's really sad.
This lead stuff, you don't want this. Was lead paint really toxic, or is there something they found about lead paint they don't want you to know about? Possible. Used throughout the 1800s and 1900s where people were deeply connected with metals and frequency.
Yeah, that sounds really legit
Hold
right
on
there.
a second. It does sound really legit. I don't know why you say it sarcastically. They understood that metals, particularly the 7 main metals, 7 magic number, biblical, all carry unique frequencies with unique healing capabilities, including the most controversial of all, lead. Is it possible that lead has a healing frequency to it? You ever put up headphones to a pair of lead?
Lead phones.
Could you imagine if it was like binaural beats?
And like it's ultimately relaxing. It brings you back to a childlike state of warmth and understanding.
Yeah.
I've never tried that, but
What if people who are tweaking and are getting aggressive on the inside?
I should take this and like this. And if you rotate it rapidly.
Bro, you're getting powder on you right
Am
now.
I?
Be careful, man.
We found
I
the
never got
thumbnail.
lead poisoning. I've touched so much
you
lead.
just
it's
got
insane.
leaded up real good.
Okay. I'm an adult. But it's actually not something you should really panic about. But people, they shoot guns every day. Not every day, but some people do.
Well.
And they inhale the smoke. And not only does the bullet have lead, the primer on the back of the cartridge, does
it really?
Yeah, it's actually lead styphenate, which is a contact explosive. This is why lead is so useful. It can be done, anything can be done with lead.
You know what I found really funny? There was a pro gun guy. I was looking up lead stuff, and he's like, "Man, lead in guns is not important." He's like a black gun guy, and he's like, and it was. And he was like, "Man, after the range, I got these special lead wipes. You wipe your hands, and then I got the special detergent after I separate my clothes, and then I wash it and do a cycle with just the stuff with the anti-lead detergent." I was like, sounds like it's a problem because that's a whole bunch of stuff I wouldn't want to do.
That's way too much.
Yes. Sounds like an issue.
Gun ranges have a lot of lead, though. Indoor gun ranges you should avoid.
To be fair, he was probably selling that shit, though.
It was wipes.
His brand of wipes.
I swear to you, he did say these, and he linked it. I'm not kidding.
I like him for that.
Bleep his name.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Lead is just stupid. It's an easy public health win to avoid. If you want to be healthy, you have to, let's say, eat healthy. You have to consistently do that forever. If you want to be healthy from lead, you just got to like screen your environment once, become aware of like dangerous situations, and then it's easy to avoid. Just like don't run in front of a car. Like you just need to be told that one time, then you're like, okay, duh. You don't have to continuously be like, did I be safe from lead today? Like,
What do you have to check? The paint on your walls?
yeah, so if you have a house built before 1978, check the paint. in
House
your
before 1978, check the paint.
Definitely your windows, any surface that gets friction or impact that will release particles.
Windows, surfaces with friction or impact. So when I slam a door,
If there's lead paint on the door jamb, it might come off. A chunk of it might come off. Then
Yeah.
you might step on it. It might become dust. If you have a kid, they might get into their mouth. If you're going to renovate, you want to cut through all the layers and make sure you're not like making a million particles of lead go everywhere. If you have a house built before 1988, you could check for lead water surface line. That goes.
what's lead water surface line?
That's this pipe thing. So it would be coming out of your wall. That's like where the your hot water heater is. You know what I'm talking about? Like where the water meter is?
No, I don't touch stuff like that myself.
I thought you said you were broke.
That's a rule.
So even under any circumstance, you're like, I'll never do it myself.
Yeah, no, it's laundry, cooking, home stuff.
Shoe tying.
I don't tie my shoes.
You don't?
I just step into my shoes like they're slip-ons.
Velcro.
What else don't I do? Wash my hair, floss.
Flossing used to be so much harder.
Well, then they got flossers now.
Well, like imagine going like this.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded.
That's so stupid.
That's not never doing that.
I got these little ones you pop in your mouth and you move it around with your tongue. Hands free.
Wow, that's exciting. You know why I know lead poison's real? Because I went to the dentist one time.
Mr. Perfect Teeth.
I went to the dentist one time, and there's all these dentists, lady dentists. I don't know if there's a difference. So you call them a different thing, but
Call him bitch.
then I didn't call them anything like that. But they're trying to.
You didn't call him anything like that?
They're trying to floss my teeth, right?
Yeah.
And they're like taking the floss,
Yeah.
and they're just pulling it down, and
Yeah.
they're pulling and pulling, and all of a sudden it breaks free and it slams into my gums.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to shimmy the floss, and it wouldn't penetrate. And so
Yeah.
I spent I had a whole issue with them because they were also trying to sell me a mouth guard.
Yeah.
But my teeth touch this teeth.
Yeah.
So you have to shave the mouth guard down to nothing.
You
And
shave your teeth down.
They're taking a millimeter off the mouth guard and telling me to bite it again. I'm like, it's not going to fit. What don't you understand?
I like how you went, it's not gonna hit a little bit.
No, I was like, I'm like getting so animated in the chair and like
Yeah.
freaking out. And then they're all like apologizing. She's like, oh, are you okay to be in the same area as her? I'm like, are you stupid?
That's crazy.
I don't care.
Well, I went to a dentist and this black chick dropped a bunch of like a tray of stuff near my head.
Oh.
It wasn't on my head, but still.
Loud.
It was ridiculous. If you floss and you slam it down into your gum, those little details, people just don't think about what's going on mechanically. And that applies to so many, like every realm. There are nuanced little things that you have to do to make sure that you or someone you care about doesn't get injured. You know what submarining is in a car? When you go under the seatbelt?
No.
If the seatbelt is not under your belly, the like if it's too high right here and you're in a high-speed accident, your body will just slide under
Yeah.
like this into the footwell.
Yeah.
Did you know that? There's something like that for like everything.
Gloving, degloving.
Like you degloving, yeah. So you got to think about this kind of thing, guys.
And sometimes it's obvious, like when you're doing something wrong, if you wrap the seatbelt around your neck, but if you just have it a little bit off, you still could be harmed. Or maybe you don't know, you just don't know the harm is there. Like there's lead paint in your house, or there's lead on your dishes, and you have no idea.
Yeah, that is a true thing. You have to proactively be searching for threats at all times.
At least screening. Like, you don't clear a house 100 times if you're the cops. You clear it once and you're like, there's nobody in here.
I am gonna check all my shit for. I think that's probably a good move. And I like that you're how you framed it as needing only think about it one time or whatever. But
A friend of mine, sorry, but he spent like $100,000 de-leading his whole house, and I was like, my house is like way older than his, and I was worried.
It sounds like you got scammed.
what are you gonna do about your house?
I'm gonna check it, see where the areas are, and
What if you have lead paint? You just paint over it with regular paint?
If it's not on one of those friction or impact surfaces, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like not the end of the world in most cases, but if you want to take the wall down, or if the paint is really messed up, you don't want to sand it. But you can always detect it on. It's all bleeped out.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of shit wrong with the environment, but it's kind of inconsequential. Everybody's got this fucking hypochondria where they think that they've got these complex or unique issues, and none of them have done a fucking thing about their sleep, diet, or exercise. How about people start taking those 3 pillars seriously first, and then if you've still got a problem, hammer on it then. Thanks, guys.
Not Goy folder.
Eric, comment?
I mean, I love that. You know, like if you have horrible sleep, a bad diet, and a bad media consumption or whatever stress is going on is something like lead or something like there's glyphosate in the food or there's BPAs in the cans, is that going to take you down? Obviously not. You have way bigger problems than, you know, all those trace contaminants. Looking at the lead safety people who are out there, they're not like health people. They're just like lead people. So like they'll talk about lead, but it's like, okay, like how are you obese? And talking about lead. Like lead is associated with 400,000 cardiac deaths per year in the United States. That's like an actual fact. It's insane. But if all those people had their cardiac health on lock and they also had been exposed to lead, it wouldn't be like that, you know, significant as it is.
I trust fat people.
How much of that?
Because they're wise. To be able to afford that much food, you have to be wise.
That's true. It's a market
Very
force.
wise.
The water is fluoridated. It has pneumonia. It has hard particles higher than anything you can imagine. There's nuclear reactors that flow into every water estuary on the East Coast. The food has chemicals in every single thing. There's 100 chemicals in it. If you look at ingredients from a couple, probably 30 years ago, there's just 4. Now it's like 30 and everything minimum. Everything is GMO. The air has chemicals in it. The soil has metals in it. I wonder how this could all have happened. Almost like it's by design.
So is he Goy folder or?
Is it by design?
If I were running a company, I would just dump shit in the water.
For profit.
For profit? No, just because it's easy.
Yeah, well, it's like that has to do with profit. So like, yeah.
How does that have to do with profit?
Because I'm going to retain more profit if I easily just dump chemicals in the water instead of
I'm not even
caring.
going to go in that far to think about it. I'm just doing it because it's easy. Thinking about profit.
Well, you're not a company then.
I'm thinking, yeah, well, no, it's not yet. But if I was, I would just dump that shit in the water.
Even if it was cheaper to get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it was cheaper to bag it up in baggies
But
or whatever
it never is. Like 3M, they just
dump that shit.
They had like 500 of these barrels
Dump
full
that
of
shit.
PFOA
Bang.
chemicals.
Throw it in the water. If I ran a company, I would take one of these barrels, I would dump it right in the fucking kiddie pool. I don't even care. Whatever it takes.
That's satisfying.
Dump it. Satisfying sploosh.
Yeah.
Hydraulic press. Make me a video of you throwing it out over a bridge. I don't care.
800 million tons of lead is released into the atmosphere from cars.
From cars still?
Over time. And now it's in all the soil. Now all the soil has lead in it.
Do cars still release lead?
No, but the planes do. The propeller planes,
do?
yeah, they're trying to phase it out.
Propeller planes. Yeah. I hate a propeller plane ass.
Mm-hmm. New sentence alert. But
steampunk.
I think that the N-word should be unregulated.
Did you go to college?
Yeah.
For what?
For I don't remember. I don't know. I went to college. I was doing heroin in college. I wasn't doing college. I was doing drugs.
Yeah.
I'm like lucky I even survived college. It was insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't know what you mean. That's crazy.
You didn't do that?
That's mad funny. I've never done drugs.
Wow. You're even more crazy then.
It is kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a good move though.
What, doing drugs or not doing them?
Doing them, obviously.
Okay.
What kind of drugs did you do?
Opiates in high school and college.
Where are you from?
Long Island.
Oh.
They had Roxy's for sale in the bathroom, second period. We would get Roxy's, then we would sniff them and hang out. And nobody knew what was going on. I think because the administration all had lead poisoning as kids. It was literally insane. I'm like, how are they not recognizing this? One time I got pulled over by the cops because I was falling asleep. And I was literally like this. I'm talking to myself to stay awake.
Yeah.
And there's this car, and it's not even a cop car. He's like tailing me, acting so bizarre. I missed my turn because I'm like, I did like 5 Roxys.
What is a Roxy?
A 30 milligram oxycodone pill.
Okay.
You really haven't done drugs. Anyway, so the cop car, he pulls us both over. How I also got pulled over with another car in between me and the cop, don't ask me, but I knew I was getting pulled over. You know who that was behind us? It was the chief of police for our precinct. He said that you were asleep at the wheel. And I said, no. I was talking to on the phone. I must have been kind of looking down. He takes my license, goes away. I take the rest of the Roxys out of my wallet. I'm having my hand. He comes back. I don't remember what I said to him, but he left again. I ate them. And then I started taking selfies with the cops in my rear view. And then he comes back again and he says, my eyes look funny because they were so constricted. I looked like I had no pupils. I told him it was so bright out. His eyes looked like that too. How did he not recognize that I knew what I was talking about? He was an idiot. And then he asked me to get out of the car. He asked me to show me my arms, and I went like this. And he's like, yeah, you're not on drugs. I'm like, no way.
Wow.
And then he was like, oh, you're still gonna get a ticket for on the phone. I'm like, but it was hands-free. And I didn't get a ticket. But like, how did I get away with this?
Was he a boomer?
He was older, you know.
Speech check.
But you know what's crazy is I took a class at Stony Brook, which is where I transferred after I stopped doing heroin. And it was called Modern Race Line. And the teacher, in the intro, she asked all the students to write her a private note, like, what's your take on race? And I referenced that story. I'm like, if I was black, I would have not gotten away with having a lot of butane blasted weed in my trunk because I was making edibles. And I wouldn't be able to talk my way out of that. Whatever. I got an A in the class, but I didn't show up for the final because the final was tell the whole class your like backstory, what you said on the first day, and now what you think of it.
Nice.
I know I'd have been like, I was not gonna do that, but she understood, you know.
Yeah.
Are you saying black people wouldn't be as eloquent as to get themselves out of a situation like that?
They would have faced a little more scrutiny, probably.
Life in prison.
Right.
You would have backflipped onto the roof of the car.
Infrasound low frequency vibrations. Did you know about this one?
Not really.
Sounds like you're not as well researched as you thought.
I didn't know.
What do you have to say about that? Egg on your face?
I love that.
This is, yes. And we just made an antagonistic, guys. Pierce Morgan coming at you.
So why are you such an idiot?
Pierce Morgan had to have lead poisoning.
He's a weird guy. Reported effects of infrasound and low frequency vibrations. Unease. Sound familiar? Dread. Paranoia. What? Sometimes linked to wind turbines and old buildings. Vic Tandy, a researcher at Coventry University, published a paper describing how he and colleagues experienced intense unease, peripheral vision disturbances, and dread in their lab, which turned out to be caused by a standing wave at 18.98 hertz from a new extractor fan. This sounds like a fun one that we could duplicate in the office. I think that sounds like a thing we should try to see if it's real. This frequency is near the resonant frequency of the human eye, causing visual artifacts. Oh, that sounds cool.
That's probably not good for you.
Yeah, that's probably not good for you. I think there's some people that like work on jet engines and stuff. I remember reading one guy, he was exposed to like jet engine vibrations and he went nuts and killed himself, and it was attributed to this frequency thing.
It's like vibrating whatever's on that same frequency, like.
Mm-hmm. I get that way when one of those electric cars backs up. Mm-hmm. You ever hear that sound?
Never heard one like that.
Lead causes anxiety and depression. Proven.
The Florida effect combines heat, humidity, mold, transient population used to explain Florida man behavior. During the 2003 mold crisis in Florida public schools, several schools were shut down after teachers and students reported chronic fatigue, irritability, and cognitive fog, later attributed to building mold. The transient population angle has data support too. Florida has one of the highest rates of people born out of state, meaning fewer stable social ties and community accountability, a known predictor of erratic behavior in sociological research.
Mold is no laughing matter.
Well, it's just like these people are like, they're like it's like carny behavior, a carny lifestyle, but they're not carnies.
No offense, Luke. The mold thing is crazy because it is super duper humid, but there's also, I've read something else, and Eric was a little dubious of this fact, but that the most like lead plumbing is in Florida.
You can look it up.
Just leave it there.
Our water's really clean, though.
You're thinking of the orange juice, Valentine.
Oh, of course.
Nobody would know about lead in water, and like who's checking the water, and it's crazy. I don't know. I had a mold issue. I dug a hole in my warehouse. Like if we just get a jackhammer, we could just make a hole in the floor here, and we could just dig down. I did it for like a plot device. I'm like, okay, I'll jump in the hole and then I'll pop out somewhere else and I'll test for lead.
Whoa.
But like I didn't really anticipate.
What are you talking about? Why did you actually dig the hole?
It was for Instagram. Like I was figuring because I'm like, I'm trying to make content about lead. It's like the most boring and dumb topic ever.
Digging holes for the gram?
You dug a hole, like what, on a concrete floor?
Yeah.
What?
I have this warehouse, so I have plenty of concrete.
You dug a hole in a concrete floor with what,
awesome.
a jackhammer?
A jackhammer and
to make an Instagram short?
Yeah.
It's like a cartoon villain.
You never done something like that?
I mean, I've done stuff that was high effort and low payoff, but
I used the hole a bunch of times for
pretty
videos.
intense.
But then I left the hole open, and it started to get moldy inside. It was in the most inconvenient spot, right next to my desk, so I had to avoid it every single time I went to sit down.
Yeah.
And I left this thing for like months, and then I started to get like reactions to the mycotoxin. And then so I wound up purging the whole place with ozone and filling in the hole.
That's the story of the hole.
It's like a Stephen King story.
Yeah, it was insane.
Florida's got the most lead plumbing
in the U.S.
Wow.
Total number of pipes,
I'm getting a little fed up with this anti-Florida talk.
I do not wish to be named in this, but the black mold epidemic in the United States military in our barracks rooms has, in my opinion, caused the majority of the suicides that we have. There's a lot of people that kill themselves that live in the barracks, and I think this is the primary reason why it affects you neurologically. Like I said, please do not fucking tell everybody who I am, but because I'm still in the military. But this is like a huge issue for every soldier abroad in multiple bases in multiple countries. Mold, lack of funding to fix it. It's just horrible.
Guys, don't ever join the military. When they start running the advertisements with white guys again, which they're already doing, when they start trying to entice you, and if they offer you $60,000 or whatever deal, whatever amazing, sweet, all-inclusive deal the military is going to offer you, don't take it. Don't join the military. It's the wrong answer if you're lacking direction, if you need to figure out what to do. I don't care if there's an old person in your life that you respect who says, well, if you don't have direction, the one thing you can always do is join the military. That's how I learned to make my bed every day. And a lot of smart business owners are military guys. Fuck that guy. Steal from him. Don't join the military, okay?
Big problem with lead in the military, too.
Is there?
Yeah, because the barracks are obviously not being well maintained if there's mold, and they are also, a lot of them are old. I've seen a bunch of people have sent me stuff about that.
So sickening. And then someone on Twitter was like, our troops deserve to have lobster every day. Is that the thing they give you, if you're about to deploy, they give you like lobster?
That sounds like something they would do.
How stupid of a goy are you?
I got lobster.
One of the things that, honestly, the Epstein, the emails, it did kind of mentally relieve some pressure for me to see them talking about Goyim and to kind of understand more or less like what it actually is all about. It's not this impossible to untangle web of magic. We're going to sacrifice the octopus to win the blood of the child. It's just and we'll bleep that. Okay, we don't need to be not making money. We don't need to be not making money, but it's just, a fixer for billionaires who can't get pussy, and probably a few that want, kids' blood, whatever. The people at the top, it's just, you're a goy. You're a goy. Goy.
They all seem pretty stupid in
Find
those emails.
Any Goyim behavior in your life, such as joining the military, being poisoned by lead is pretty classic goy behavior. This is stuff you don't want to do, okay? Figure out how to not be poisoned and be a goy, and then start to adjust your life one step at a time. When those emails came out,
felt vindicated.
I just felt like clarity. Like I'm not confused about this state of affairs. I'm not confused at all about how the world works.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean aspire to be on the opposite end. That doesn't mean aspire to be at the top of a morally bankrupt cabal. It just means don't be a fucking goy. If you're watching sports, if you're joining the military, if you're getting excited about eating at Chili's, you're a fucking goy.
It makes it clear and binary.
Jews hate Chili's.
I don't think I've ever seen a Jew in Chili's. I'm gonna be honest.
A Jew in Chili's.
Never seen a Jew in Chili's.
Non-lead enviro harms part 2, natural exposure or lack of it, access to green space linked to lower stress, better mood, improved attention, Roger Ulrich's famous 1984 study compared hospital patients recovering from surgery. Those with a window view of trees healed faster and needed less pain medication than those facing a brick wall. One of the most replicated findings in environmental psychology. Sounds like whining to me. Yeah. I can't see a park or a tree. Aw, I guess I'll just be fat and stupid. Sounds like it sounds like a skill issue.
And highly replicatable, so they kept putting these poor people in front of a brick, making them sad.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It's replicatable, yeah, with one guy who's a loser.
The brick wall again. It's not the brick wall,
He
Jerome.
kept volunteering. He wanted it over and over again. It's a self-defeating situation.
He's addicted to the pain.
You already know where I'm going with this. I don't like to hear about this. Seasonal affective disorder. Mood, energy, motivation, light influences circadian rhythms directly. I don't know if that's true. Well, this is true because Alaska's full of weird drug addict, rapist, fucking freak people. Alaska is a recurring... Why would you go ever live in Alaska?
Boneheads.
Born there.
Literally shitheads. Their heads are made of shit, Eric. Alaska is a recurring real-world case study. The state has notably elevated rates of depression, alcohol use, and suicide that track with its extreme light deprivation in winter months. It's also this is not to make light of this topic, but it is the rape capital of the United States. Did you know that?
I don't see how that would make light of this topic, but...
Is that a pun?
Just let him work, okay? Now, here's the not-so-fun part. Do you know why that is? Because of
they
Native
can't see
Americans.
Oh, I was going to say because they can't be seen
No,
because it's so
brown
dark.
people. Racism. Let's reel you in, bring you into the fold.
I think it has to
Nazi
do with-
shit. Hailing Hitler with Eric.
No.
Yes, and his fucking lead tests. Bring it on, yo.
No.
Check out Eric's other Instagram account. I wish I could put a bullet in his head.instagram.com. This guy's too much even for me. This is the hook to get him to watch the episode.
That will reel all of my audience into this.
We'll show your product, but it has to be interspliced and sandwiched.
Yeah,
with
we'll
what
show
was
you
just
stupid fucking product unless you pay us, in which case it's an amazing product that I actually do think it sounds good. I'm excited to use it.
It is fun to use.
Well, we'll see how fun it is to use when
When
we
you
talk
find out you're
business
being
later.
when you're poisoned.
Well, I don't worry about poison. I worry about my bottom line, which right now is not good.
Is that why it's so cold in here?
Partially, yeah. That's why there's no internet. That's why we're in a fucking warehouse. Okay.
Hey, so I guess my input is fast food, right? If you're kind of a povert, let's say, your go-to is going to be fast food. You're going to eat a lot of it. And something I noticed is that for a very long time, without me even knowing, I was trapped in the cycle of ordering fast food over and over again. And every time I ate it, I wanted more of it. But a medical issue I had made me stop eating it for a while, and when I did, the cravings went away entirely. So I think the effects of fast food are kind of drastically overlooked and understated because you really don't know how it is until in hindsight.
Did he say a povert as a noun?
I love that.
Can you play that again? What is this guy talking about?
I thought he said pauper,
It's
but
expensive.
A pauper? He said pauper.
I thought povert was
Povert's
the shit
funnier?
he said.
Did he say pauper?
If you're a povert, let's say,
he didn't say
what?
povert. He said
Is that,
povert.
is that a word? He's actually making an entirely new sentence because nobody knows that fast food is bad for you. I've never seen that on Instagram.
What?
I don't know. Isn't that super obvious? Fast food, of course, is so toxic.
Why?
It's zero fiber.
So what?
It has added sugars.
You just add fiber to your diet. Added sugar? Who
No, I'm a
cares?
huge actually advocate for adding fiber to your diet, and I would go so far as to say you could ameliorate the effects of refined sugars by just preloading fiber, but I've never tested it.
I don't think fast food's a big deal. This guy sounds like he's bitching about it. And I was also saying povert.
Yeah.
I believe that's what he said.
That's a crazy cycle to be stuck in. I'm poor, I got to eat this fast food, and then I'm getting
That
these
is funny.
ailments. It's just like, it's such a...
That is funny.
It's like, it makes it's like scary. Like
being riddled with bullets.
It's like being addicted to drugs, but like not recreationally. Mm-hmm. It's like way worse. Like you're not doing this for fun. You're doing this because you're like panicking.
Because you have to.
Because you have to.
If honestly, no, bro, if you're poor and not eating fast food is not an option.
Pricey, though.
It's getting pricey.
No,
but-
man. If you wake up and you got nothing going on and you got no money, the idea of cooking for yourself is absurd.
Another thing, too, is the fastness of the food. Never mind the quality.
Speed of the food.
Time
don't
is
have
money.
time.
Slow.
You don't
If you're
have
poor,
time.
you need more time. It's faster to just get the fucking fast food and
And
get the
it's
hell out of
something
there.
to do.
They facilitate the fight in the fight or flight by arguing with the people at the place.
Right.
You can fight with the people at the place.
Yeah. You can meet your wife at a freaking McDonald's.
In the povert's mind, this is the highlight of the day. It's the sustenance that they need.
It's better than doing nothing, which is what poverts do.
We're
They
using
sit
it now.
in their room and do nothing.
You
And
have to panic. If
go
you're-
to the
you
vape
have to-
store. You're going to be panicking.
You have to
And you
panic.
have to stop the panic by eating like McDonald's. I know, honestly, I swear to God, if I had McDonald's right now, I would feel so much better. My day when I'm anxious, if I had fucking McDonald's in front of me, I would feel so much better, bro.
And you said you never did drugs.
No.
Oh,
McDonald's.
Well,
Getting close.
There we go.
Because food, refined food, it does.
I use food to control my mind state.
Emotional eater.
Absolutely. Emotional eater, control eater, freaking out. I got to eat something.
I have a McDoctor's appointment later.
I'm McDoctor's 100% using
Self-medicating.
medicating with food, yeah. 100%.
Self-medicating.
I'm just laughing because I know how good it is and how much it would work.
There's something about the reliability where you know exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah. I've never taken a supplement or a medication where it kicked in and I was like, wow, that worked good. This must be a good pill. McDonald's always
Popping nuggets
puts
like
me right to
pills.
sleep, makes me angry.
That's right. And my zinc supplements
Yeah.
are $20 a bottle, and I can get an entire meal large for that price.
Without fail, ruins my day.
I've been abstaining from fast food except on Sundays, and I ate a McArch meal, and it tanked my day. I had
You
my
got
wife
arched.
drive to Costco.
Yeah.
Because I was like this. I was like, it was like my face felt like salty and exploded.
Yeah.
It was
In
awesome.
a good way. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are toxic. You know what's crazy is that, like, let's say arsenic. Like, arsenic's bad, it causes cancer. But if you do arsenic and cigarettes, it dramatically increases your risk for cancer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it cancels out.
I wish. I mean, it does the opposite. And
Do you smoke?
No.
Do you do nicotine pouches?
No.
How do you even function?
I don't. But nicotine is like too much of a stimulant for me.
Yeah.
I really need heroin.
Did you get wired from stimulants?
I'm like not a stimulant person, and it's overwhelming, like the amount. I'm already pretty stimulated.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like sedated.
Are you Java Joe?
I'm not a big coffee guy. I used
You
to
want
do
the peace and the warmth.
when I was looks maxing. I would be fasting all day, eating, drinking black coffee, and I was like insane though. I was like thinking of all these business ideas, you know, weighing 190 pounds with being jacked, looking like I was another race. It was crazy. I was doing it all. I was really like on a crazy. I was selling smelling salts. I was just like, it was insane. It was totally insane. I was just doing water sports all day, not even trying to work.
Water sports.
Dude, of course I got something wrong with me. I'm a goy. I'm not a chosen person. I'm not one of the chosen people, dude. There's something wrong with me. I'm a goy. All right, thanks, bye.
I'll put that in the base folder. Yeah.
What was that? Did you see that, Dad?
14 karat white gold.
David Christian is the best known.
You're gonna want to stick around for this one. Close those blinds, light up that cigar, and prepare to have your mind expanded. It's the Sam Hyde Show, up next on C98.
What it do, baby? It's your boy, Psychic Michael, the best motherfucking hood psychic in the land. I read palms, I flip tarot, and I channel the ancestors from the block. I be a fine and dandy motherfucker. You can't fool Michael and them tarot, don't lie. I'm gonna tell you who shot Biggie Smalls, who your baby daddy really is, and who gon' win at the NBA. I told my last client she was gonna catch a case. She said, Michael, you lying. Now she calling me from County Collect. Call me now on 434-225-5726. The first 5 minutes free if you want EBT.